The loser's game. Let's start with a puzzle. Don't worry, you already know the answers deep down, even if acknowledging them isn't easy. So guess who they are from these three clues. They frequently deceive and constantly make excuses for their behavior. Neglect you and make you feel guilty for their unpredictable actions. They don't celebrate your accomplishments, using them to elevate themselves. They are a narcissist. Great, here's another one. Guess who you are from these points. You're emotionally dependent on their mood and constantly feel anxious. You rationalize their unfair and cruel behavior by blaming it on their past trauma. You believe your love can heal them and hope things will eventually change. Another correct answer, you are the narcissist's partner. Thus, there are two options from here, either stay or leave. Shortly, you'll find a comprehensive guide to both paths. Be wise to accept what you cannot change. Whether you sink or swim is a matter of choice. By choosing this summary, you've taken the first step toward a happier and more prosperous version of yourself outside of a burdensome relationship. May you have enough self-love to stay true to your journey. Ditch that date, don't hesitate. Imagine being on a first date with someone charming and well-groomed. How can you identify if your potential partner is a narcissist before becoming attached? Be cautious from the start and watch out for these 5 early red flags. 1. They don't listen. When you share something important, they get distracted, yawn, and scroll on their phone. If they don't listen to you now, they likely never will. 2. They don't apologize. They never admit guilt for being late for meetings or canceling plans at the last minute. Minor offenses today could mean bigger breaches of trust later. 3. They invalidate your emotions. They often take offense at what you say, and you feel like you are walking on eggshells because your date is unpredictably vulnerable. Yet when you express yourself, they joke about or deny it. 4. They act dismissively toward others. They are polite only with those they need something from. Pay attention to how they interact with servers, cashiers, parking attendants, and cleaners. Narcissists often believe they are superior and entitled to special treatment. 5. They idealize you even before getting to know you. They claim to have fallen in love with you at first sight. Make no mistake, it was not fate that brought you together but a narcissistic tendency toward grandiosity. It does not mean they will love you as much as they claim. Moreover, this will most likely soon turn against you with unreasonable jealousy and total control. 6. If you notice these red flags, don't ignore them. 7. Don't make excuses for narcissists or give them another chance. A loving, kind, and understanding partner is waiting for you. As such, thank yourself for not letting the narcissist hurt you, then continue your romantic quest. 8. 4. Idealizing your partner hinders true love, as you cannot love an illusion. From charm to harm. Oh, you're still here. That probably means the narcissist stayed in your life longer. So it's time to reflect on why they captivated you so strongly. As the partner of a narcissist, you've probably blamed yourself more than once for being naive and silly, wondering how you allowed this to happen to you. Didn't you see that you were facing an insecure, envious, cold narcissist? The answer is simple: no, you didn't, and no, you are not silly at all, you are just a human. Reconnect with your intuition, it rarely misleads you. The fact is, it's easy to sympathize with a narcissist at first. At their core, they are very vulnerable and dependent on the approval and validation of others. That is why one of their main survival strategies is to create an external image, which often hides an insecure and embittered child. But while they, with unprecedented stubbornness, ignore the need to develop internal structures, they persistently and tirelessly decorate their external facade with more and more new layers. So when you meet a narcissist, you are first introduced to their 3 Cs. Charisma, charm, confidence. Moreover, rest assured that they will be immaculately dressed, intellectually sharp, physically fit. Who wouldn't want a partner like that? Yet wit and beauty lose their value without empathy, devotion, and sincerity, leaving you alone with an unreliable, emotionally unavailable, and sometimes even cruel partner. So when the initial excitement of falling in love wears off, you'll probably find yourself feeling not good enough, confused and emotionally exhausted, sad, anxious, or apathetic. At this moment, you may believe that you have lost yourself forever and that you will never get out of the swamp of narcissistic relationships. However, there is a way out, and you are heading toward it right now. Did you know? The psychologist Martin Seligman coined the term learned helplessness. It's when people exposed to inescapable adverse circumstances become apathetic and no longer try to escape or avoid them. The dark triad. Narcissism can manifest in various forms. Previously, you learned their most common patterns. Now, consider the three main subtypes of narcissists. 1. The controlling narcissist. Success sharks. Such people can most often find themselves in leadership positions. They become tyrannical once they hold power and can be described as workaholics due to their obsession with order and rules. Dominant partners, they also bring their meticulousness home. As the partner of a narcissist, you may suffer from stifling overcontrol, boundary violations, unsolicited advice, and impolite comments about your appearance. Your social interactions may also be regulated, leaving you feeling your partner has taken over your life. Parents, additionally, controlling narcissists tend to be overly strict parents who demand perfection from their children. They leave no room for the child's feelings and personal desires, traumatizing them. 2. The vulnerable narcissist. Anxious ghosts? In stark contrast to the controlling subtype, vulnerable narcissists are shy, rarely assuming leadership roles. They often struggle to interact with people and may appear awkward in communication. Their worst nightmare is embarrassing themselves because they feel a deep sense of shame. Bleak beings, in relationships you must constantly praise, encourage, and console them. Next to them you will endlessly be a cheerleader, pulling them out of their despair and self-criticism. Islanders, however, don't expect to receive much recognition or gratitude in return, as they are pretty self-focused. 3. The neglectful narcissist. Fickle fellows, with their unpredictability and inconsistency, this partner will make you doubt everything, including your sanity and love. They will ignore you and disappear as suddenly as they return. It can be frustrating and confusing, causing you to feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster you never signed up for. Reality warpers, at the same time, they never notice that they are violating your agreements and expectations. If you directly tell them about it, they will deny everything, gaslighting you. Shallow schemers, negligent narcissists are superficial, so they quickly become bored. In relationships, they often lie and cheat on their partners. Get unbiased perspectives from others on the narcissist's justifications. If you stay. By now, you likely have a clear understanding of what a narcissist is like, but one crucial detail needs to be stated: they will never change. Psychologists have proved this, and it is a fact. Narcissists are unlikely to modify their behavior and cannot alter their character. Hence, it is entirely up to you to decide whether you want to carry on with this relationship or end it. Relationships with narcissists are the ultimate intimate slot machine. You will not find any definitive statements about the need to break up here. There are many reasons why you don't want or can't do this: children, shared property and business, health conditions, or simply your love for this person. Don't let anyone pressure or shame you for your unwillingness to break this connection. This kind of emotional abuse from others is the last thing you need. However, if you decide to stay in a relationship with a narcissist, then you have several things to consider. 1. Stop trying to get your partner to see a therapist unless they genuinely desire to change. Couples therapy would be a better choice if you want to improve your communication. Here, the best option is to work with a psychologist who focuses on your desires and fears. 2. When you're in an abusive relationship, your partner's excessive jealousy can easily lead to isolation. Consider expanding your social circle to have additional sources of moral support. Reach out to your friends, colleagues, and relatives. Remember, you don't have to go through this alone. 3. Manage your expectations of your partner to avoid constant disappointment. By staying with them, you accept them along with their behavior, reactions, and habits, no matter how terrible they may be. While you can't change them, you can refine your actions and prioritize self-care. 4. Your boundaries are your armor. Today, you made a choice. Tomorrow, it may be different. Yet, as long as you choose to stay in this challenging relationship, do your best to support yourself and not let the abuse extinguish the flame of your unique inner beauty. If you leave. If you have made the difficult but worthwhile decision to end an abusive relationship, you will also need some advice. Be prepared that your partner will not want to let go of you so quickly. Narcissists have a tough time accepting defeat. They will likely react to your decision with anger and threats. Perhaps they will try to humiliate and devalue you or, on the contrary, manipulate your feelings of guilt, taking the position of a victim. Stand your ground, remember your freedom is at stake. You are more than your relationship. First of all, you need to take care of your safety. Enlist the help of an attorney to protect your property, finances, and rights. Keep your trusted loved ones informed of everything that is happening. Ask them to stay in touch or come to you if necessary. Be careful what you broadcast on your social media. Avoid overly personal information and hide your location. If necessary, change the locks at home, block your ex-partner everywhere, or even change your phone number. You may also have to deal with the psychological torture called the honeymoon after separation. Most likely, when your narcissistic partner is confronted with the real threat of losing your love and care, they may suddenly become everything you had dreamed of them to be, or it will seem that way. Anyway, rest assured that this will not last long, and all their promises will be scattered into the wind just like hundreds of times before. A healthy relationship should feel like a safe harbor in your life. Recovery takes endurance, patience, and time. A lot of time. Even the worst relationships can be challenging to leave. You may be sad, but allow yourself to experience and process these emotions until they gradually change from grief to self-esteem and a newfound interest and trust in the world. In the end, remember to thank yourself, you have your life back. A relationship with a narcissist is a downward spiral in which your hopes are constantly built up and crushed. Such love feels like a constant battle, but you don't have to participate in all of them. You always have the choice to leave the battlefield or strengthen your armor through knowledge, self-respect, and constructed boundaries. Your mental and physical safety should always be your absolute priority. Try this. Join a support group for people with narcissistic partners, either online or in person. Keep a reality check journal by writing down incidents or conversations soon after they happen, especially if you need legal advice. Plan an exit strategy. Open a separate bank account and start saving money. Identify a support network or safe place you can go if you leave the relationship.